Sabrina Wolf.
And welcome to K&N. Today is January 1st, 1857, and boy,
were
the last few years hectic.
You're telling me, ever since Douglas passed the Kansas-Nebraska Act, the tensions between pro- and anti-slavery groups have been palpable.
This act overturned the Missouri Compromise's use of latitude as a boundary between free and slave territory, and instead developed the idea of popular sovereignty. More on that later.
Let's not forget the uprising in 1852 brought on by the publishing of Uncle Tom's Cabin, written by Harriet Beecher Stowe. This novel exposed the evils of slavery to the North and outraged the South, making the book a catalyst for violence.
Proven when abolitionist John Brown literally hacked to pieces 5 pro-slavery men in May 1856 at Pottawatomie Creek. You know who does that?
Satan?
Exactly. This is only one of the many vicious acts that have occurred since the outbreak of violence in Kansas.
Now let's visit our reporter, Ayanna Clarke, whom is with the little lady that exposed these tensions.
Hello, Ayanna Clarke here, reporting live, and today I am with the famous Harriet Beecher Stowe, author of Uncle Tom's Cabin. Harriet, can I call you that?
Certainly.
Harriet, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, let me start from the beginning.
Actually, no, I don't really think that's necessary.
Hush, Alma.
It's Ayanna.
Back in Cincinnati, I met many former and fugitive enslaved people. My grandmother kept African American servants whom were originally enslaved, and my father supported the creation of Liberia as a settling point for freed people. When I moved to Ohio, I heard first-hand slavery stories by former enslaved people and witnessed the moral evil myself when I visited Kentucky. I even helped slaves escape in my days. After the Fugitive Slave Act was passed, I was infuriated. How could my own country require me to go against my beliefs? It was my sister-in-law that inspired me to put my frustration onto paper. That's exactly what I did. And boom, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
How are you feeling about the reactions towards your book?
Well, I don't really care what people have to say about my writing. I'm just happy to get the truth out there and open some eyes to the evil that slavery is.
I see. Are you planning any other pieces, Harriet?
Actually, I'm thinking about writing a book predicting the war that's bound to happen over the slavery dispute. I'm going to call it Uncle Tom's Condo.
Weird name. But thank you for your time, Harriet.
Of course.
Back to Charnay and Sabrina.
She's a lovely woman, isn't she?
I guess.
Indeed.
Anyway, I think her book is truly an eye-opener. It really shows how terrible slavery is.
I agree, but I wouldn't act out on it like John Brown did. Jesus, that was gruesome.
What was going through his mind?
Let's ask Ayanna, who's with John Brown now.
Thanks, ladies. Mr. Brown, you killed 5 men, correct?
Yes.
Why?
These ignorant people keep supporting slavery, and they need to be cleared from this earth. Violence is the only way.
Are you sure about that? What you did landed you in jail.
That's true. However, slavery must end. War must happen. I was just getting a start on it.
Understood. Thank you for your time, Mr. Brown. Back to you.
What a violent man. Now let's bring to topic the new idea of popular sovereignty. I think it's a good approach. Let the states decide if they want slavery in their area.
But what about border ruffians?
Who?
You know, the people that hop to another state illegally to vote on the slave decision.
Oh, well that certainly makes it unfair.
Yes, it does. I actually ran into a few of them a while ago. Here's the clip.
New men are from Nebraska that have voted in a total of 3 states.
Correct.
Yep. Why are you so persistent on making all of the states pro-slavery?
Well, these goddamn Negroes need to serve us.
Yep. Go white men.
Those kind of men disgust me.
Same.
If popular sovereignty is so easily tainted, then whose idea was it anyway?
It was Stephen A. Douglas, the one who passed the Kansas-Nebraska Act. In fact, Ayanna is with him at the moment.
Another interview?
Ayanna again. Here with Stephen Douglas. Mr. Douglas, what were your intentions with introducing the Kansas-Nebraska Act?
Well, I wanted to see Nebraska made into a territory, and to win Southern support, I proposed Kansas to support slavery, which outlawed the Missouri Compromise. But oh well, then I thought, each state for their own, so I threw popular sovereignty in the deal.
Did you think of the things like border ruffians with this idea in mind?
I did, but I didn't think it would happen to such a high degree, nor did I know that it would cause such high tensions in areas like Kansas.
Yes, the The war going on in that area sure is bloody.
I know, all of this bloodshed in Kansas. Might as well call it Bloody Kansas.
Well done, Mr. Douglas. That's a great name.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have, Mr. D. It was nice talking to you. Thank you for your perspective, and back to you at the studio.
Thank you, Ayana. What do you think about this Kansas-Nebraska act, Sabrina?
Well, Chardonnay, I believe it was a foolish thing to do. The Missouri Compromise was what held this union together. The Kansas-Nebraska Act is just causing bigger problems.
I see your point there, Sabrina. It is a major cause of the conflict today, especially Bleeding Kansas, as Mr. Douglas called it. I know he meant well, but maybe this wasn't the smartest choice.
I agree.
Now let's talk about the horrible incident that occurred May 22nd, 1856.
On this terrible day, our beloved Senator Charles Sumner was brutally beaten with a cane by Representative Preston Brooks after he gave his lovely anti-slavery speech.
Humanity degraded, peace destroyed, freedom crushed to earth. And in the name of the Heavenly Father who services freedom, I make this last appeal. And in conclusion, many may be asking why I am speaking in this British accent when we are American. But the real question should be, why is there slavery when we're American?
The poor man is still in recovery. Here is some of the graphic footage a nearby civilian caught. This video is not for the weak-hearted.
Just terrible!
Horrible.
Now, some time for trivia.
Who is our current president? A. Franklin Pierce, B. Millard Fillmore, or C. Abraham Lincoln?
Do 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 do.
The answer is A. Franklin Pierce.
What was Lincoln's middle name? A. Gerald, B. Chardonnay, or C. He had no middle name. Do 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 do. The answer is C. He had no middle name. Trick question.
Who gave the speech, The Crime Against Kansas? A. Preston Brooks, B. Charles Sumner, or C. John Q. Adams?
Do 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 do.
The answer is B. Poor Charles Sumner.
Who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin? A. Harriet Beecher Stowe, B. Mary West, or C. Harriet Beecher Stowe. Do 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 do. C is the correct answer. Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Last one. How do you spell my last name? A. R-E-I-D, B. R-I-E-D, or C. R-E-E-D?
Do 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 do.
The answer is A. R-E-I-D.
That's all the time we have for trivia today. I hope you all enjoyed our little trip back in time.
Stay safe during this violent time and keep watching K&N for all the updates. See you soon.
That's her first smile.
Go.
Today is January 1st, 1856.
What was that?
Exactly. Oh my god. This is only one of the many vicious acts that the poor man is still Pierce, B. Milford. That's fine. Just keep going. I was talking to Rambo. Keep going.
These ignorant people.
Come here.
Should we put a jail sign right here?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Start.
What do I say?
You say your lines. It's recording. Are we done? Click. And then it'll. Yep. Why? What is that?
No! Some time for trivia.
You guys have to keep going.
Time for trivia.
Who is that current? Oh my god.
Where are you going?
Why do you look like that?
Because I'm an asshole.
B!
Oh my god.
So we're gonna.
Just terrible. Just terrible.
Stop laughing!
Rambo! Oh my god! You're the issue!
It's the sun.